Good morning, folks. It's 8:49 a.m. on the 22nd day, 4th month, 2023. And I'm looking at the sickness mix here, just streaming over the North Island of New Zealand, over one of the really big cities here, known as Adelaide. Adelaide's air is going to be coughable, nearly chewable. I wonder if you could hold that magnet up in the air, what would stick to it at night? Yeah, so that was something I was thinking we could do as an experiment. Yeah, I like experiments. If you live in a non-industrialized area, it's not putting out big smokestacks full of crap, got a huge motorway next to it, you got a neodymium magnet. I'd like you to wrap it in a clean piece of paper. Some of you smokers out there, rolling paper might do this. Wrap it around a magnet and stick it outside on a clothesline. Peg it up on the line. Go out and see what happens. What's sticking to it? You could do this during the day. I want to see if we could pick up any magnetic particulates from the air itself. So I was trying to figure out last night how to do that. And how can we show what's in this stuff that's falling out? Or what can we show is falling out, for sure. But to show what's in this stuff, you have to be in this stuff. But to show what's in fallout, we were showing fallout. And so that's why I say in non-industrialized area, it might be good to do that. And then through a microscope, we could look at the particles. I got mine up and well running now, so it's I got the filters coming to shield for the dark field. But yeah, that microscope will do dark field. So people keep asking me that. What does that matter to you? When you're looking at dark fields, you're looking at like organisms in a pond. I'm looking at the air. I'm looking at blood cells. And when they're moving around, a dark field isn't helping them much. But I'm getting some fantastic images. I'll start sharing some of them. I'm going to put them up on the Ioni page. So I'll have to get you a link to that so you can see some of this research. And I'm doing it because I'm going to put it on there. I made a decision. If I put it on my regular Facebook page, it might take my Facebook out. You know how that goes when you show too much. I kind of just creeped across here, all the way over here to Western Australia while I was at Nonchalantina over there. Yeah, just to look at the EMF here off your coast. But you can still see evidence of bombs going off inside this mix here. At the squared out edges of that. And let me get a stop pause on this and let's see if we can move this keyboard where I can access it. Yeah, it's an impromptu. I just said I'm going to do one because I was so tired last night. I just fell asleep. Yeah, I shut the shop and I went to sleep. Oh, Davis sold a lot of stuff over there in Spain. I have definitely heard the worst rendition of My Delilah I've ever heard in my life on a karaoke. But if you ain't doing the worst karaoke when you're on holiday, you're not having fun. And it's no fun to show you over here, Tom Price. The price is being paid by Australia, the geoengineers now. And this is a massive plume of sickness mix. This fallout here is not good for health. I've seen it many times. And what follows after its deployments, it always yields asthmatic conditions in people, causes malaise of the lungs, irritations of the eyes, scratchiness and burning of the skin, as the acids that have been deployed, or the precursors of acid are deployed and turn into sulfuric acid on their way down, and through interactions with other chemicals, sunlight, motion, and EMF. It will naturally form and make what they call acid rain. Remember, acid rain. It was bad to have acid rain. Over the old Kalgoorlie, how's your leaves burning? Do it. Exactly. Catching my point? Once that waxy coating burns off the top of some of these succulents, that really sucks. And the sickness mix sucks. Chem bombs suck. Complacency sucks. And over-governance definitely sucks. And a corporation that makes profit on the stock market should never govern the people that possibly control its profit margin. Right? So if that's the case, we have to boycott the government itself if the government's a corporation. I was talking that the other day too. I have lots of thoughts as I'm watching them do something terrible. I'll talk about it in another show. I'll talk about the Free State of New South Wales calling up in the Northern Rivers. When I seen something right after the flood saying on the master plan, Lismore, the capital of Northern Rivers. So it's telling me they were pushing for a state, and I'm watching them talk about it. They got a plan, so make sure the plan is ours. All right, be wary, be ready. And Bird Island is frying away. Let's just change its name. Fryer Island out here is about to direct another storm, by the way. It's going to come out of the tropics up there. I'll throw a bit of a curveball over to here. This is going to be a strange one. It's going to form. And it's going to come down coast, right? Down here. And in its eddy of wake is going to form another wall that is going to impact New Zealand. And it's going to meet with one that's going to come in here. It's going to be like the perfect time storm again, happening at the beginning of next month. Yeah, I'm already taking you into the beginning of next month with your forecast for people that pay attention. Look at the booming and the plumins over here. They never spray. I said Perth area. Yeah, I know Perth. This is, I call the Perth area. Right, I'm going to turn some of the cities. Perth is here. This is the Perth area being chemtrail, being chem-bomb, being toxified by the toxifiers. Who toxified things? Acid rain. Have we figured out yet that we are the biggest club of all, that we're already in? That's right. Georgie sold us a little short there. We are the biggest club. Bam, bam, bam! To these boom, boom, booms. A little something farming off the coast over here, little Eddie. Area of concern. The rotation, it just doesn't quite make it around you. Would you say there's an EMF wall here causing straight lines? What do you say? What is your eyeballs telling you? What does your mind say? Don't tell me you saw it on television, it's real. Otherwise, every wrestling I ever saw, the cuts on the head were all done by the guy hitting them. Oh, the cut was real, done with a razor blade. Smoke and mirrors, folks, smoke and mirrors, and there's not a piece of the country I don't think that hasn't got a thin veil of some kind of crap floating over. I can't even, this lake out here. Boom, boom, boom! Go to plumes over the middle of the country, meeting a big bank of microwaves, you know, because it's got to have those nanometallics to help propagate waveforms. And then the sunlight and everything can turn to sulfuric particles into acid rain to defoliate the land. But that's okay. Hey, there's a lot of fake product out there. Fake food, soy boy stuff, you know. Ooh, Bill Gates bought up a lot of farmland, and he sure has the ability to destroy the ones that are here with this kind of crap booming and a pluming over here near the Vanuatu's here. The old Vanuatusi. Making your sky look like a tushy. Tushy skies till things don't die. Come on, you're gonna let the corporations ruin your ocean that you say you care about. You're going to let them take away your free choice of what's at the grocery store by burning out your garden. Burning it out. Look at this, sulfuric plumes. Boom, 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 making a spinner. This is a classic making a spinner. Here we go with the last three dots. Here we get the Big Dipper. Taking a great big dip in everybody's wallets, and they want trillions of dollars to control the weather. That one guy's already got enough money to do it all himself because he's doing it with the Gates Foundations. With whoever's first name you want on it. All I know is here's the end of the month. End of the month has got the classic setup of a spinner. There's nowhere for this to go. This follows this down. This goes through here. The only luck of you right now is the high being close to this shore. It's going to keep it, hold it off of Cooks. For now. I'm told this one moves it. When that moves that down into this down here, into the 61, it's down here by Antarctica. Let's see, judging by the shape, that's South America. A long ways away is controlling the flows of this ocean. Big, big, big beams own the lands. Big, big beams move the big rivers of moisture. Big, big beams are beaming people's heads until I think all logic has gone out the system and into their pillows at night where they're being held inside the memory foam itself. That's kind of sometimes how I think about that. So let me turn off some of this distraction factor here. And particle animation, I'll turn off, put it in here. And let's just roll this along and see what's going to impact the free oceans of the world that are being owned by the corporations, gleaned and netted to death. If anything, they might swim to death. They can make $1 on their hollering. And meanwhile, there's not enough hollering about their dollar earnings. What a fucking shame. And yes, I am quirky. I'll own up to it. borderline eccentric. That's what you call a person that's just themselves, won't do what you think they're gonna do. I'm unpredictable like the weather that is. You go outside, the Kanban's a dick, so I go back in a fucking dictable. And good morning, folks, and thank you really for giving a fuck about the world enough to make a difference, to scream your truth, because you care. You have no vested interest other than breathing, right? All life does. So it looks like we got a little action here coming in on Monday night here, going on to the corner. Yeah, I call this the corner. This has a good effect on draft. Things come down here. This little peninsula here is a drag on the storm. It has a great way of spinning laws. And they'll usually form right here near Esperance, or known radar over in Esperance. I used to nickname Swirly Girl. I used to put out a beam like that. Hey, remember that Kate Beardsley? We used to cover Swirly Girl. You got Guilty Grafting. We had nicknames for all of them. We used to cover the weather. Until I shut my page down. I wonder if the planes died or is it still going? I don't know. I ain't got time for groups anymore. Groups limit activism. It's the act of one individual that finally blows off the fellowship and went on his own, didn't tell him what he was doing, and suddenly they see the explosion of the mountain in the distance and realize, yay, we all were fighting together. And all this fighting each other, if we still won, fixed points in time are gonna happen. So suck it up, buttercups. What kind of ride do you want to have? Do you want the good easy ride, where your ease is not dissed? And the world's gonna be the same around you. And what perspective are you going to paint? Now, this day, and very much in particular, I'm very concerned from Melbourne. Some of the weather plans have you getting a very fierce line. And so I'm going to do a little look at you here coming up. I'm just going to click a line here. Clicking along, do, side by side. And the camera, and ba-ba-bam, camera-ba-ba-ba. Remember that song? I could really stick one on your head. Which one you want? You want Crazy Bomb? And we could do like Hembam song with that one. Oh, please don't. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, that was annoying, wasn't it? Stop. You're earwigging me. Right, here's where you start to get the action of. This one came south. This one follows it over, down right below. And things are going to happen very quickly at the end of the month. Because right here is about midnight-ish. New Zealandish time, what you would be expecting at that time. This coast here is catching its schmackingtons, and the beginning of the woes, again, for New Zealand are going to occur. It's a very heavy band, so you guys get ready. This ain't going to be a walking fizzler in the park. The fizzler on the roof. Truth, we all must tell the truth. A guess is a guess. If you don't know, just say it's not true. The fizzler, boom, 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 boom. What a bunch of pluming Nazis going on by with the Kanban skies. What a fucking shame. Yeah, French Polynesia still not looking much better. A couple of your islands have had some unbelievable totals. Earthquakes racking around the planet. I don't know what's going on in the news because everybody, I guess, is talking about some coronation that's going on here. The only coronation I know about is Coronation Chicken. And here they sold that at the store. I don't really know much about what's going on with that. Everybody asked me that. What's going on with that? I said, I don't know. I said, you're in England. It's all over the news. I don't have a television, sorry. Why? I kick liars out of my house. I don't have liars in my tribe. And that thing, by you even it's spelling it, tell, lie, vision. Okay? What do you use? Programming? A remote programming device in your hand? The remote controller right in your hand. What are we going to watch tonight? What program should we put in our heads? Beep, beep, beep. Running around like a bunch of uniblabs at work. Saying what they say was important. Did everything you say about that COVID crap 2 years ago come true? And 3 years ago? Hey, I didn't get vexed. I'm not dead. I went in 3 different countries, okay? Let's just admit. The corporation lied to us. All right? Can we all admit that now? Ha ha. Doopity dooped. I wasn't duped. They still got the victim of the lie. And this is a victim of we're all victims of this lie about geoengineering right now. Chemtrails that are being left in this sky over Western Australia need to be independently sampled without the permission of the corporation that controls the airspace over the top of you. That's right. We don't have permission to just check it. And that in itself is wrong. We can't just walk on board, hey, I've got air sampling equipment, and use it. We have to declare everything that goes in and what we would do. So they can change flight paths. So things could be different. I want independence done. Because we deserve independence. It kind of goes synonymous with the word freedom. An independent thought should be allowed. The thought police, that should never come into existence on this world. As I look at this big huge square over here near Warburton, looking like a slice of Warburton bread. See that? Did somebody get a picture of this one? Over here near Yarra Junction today. This is the frying and the microwaving and the bombing of Australia here, just outside of Radelaide. And you rattling today. Bzzz. You got plenty of radars to do that, located right over here in the Penis Insulas. They do a lot of manipulating. They got to have them down there because they want to influence here and here, controlling flows. Oh, this one here has got, yeah, they got one here. Melbourne. Skies are smelling really bad. Looks like a horse head nebula, doesn't it? Looks like the horse's head. So I always know where I am there. My gosh, would you look at the gulp of our Wilson's wait a minute. Promontory Park. Promontory National Park. Is this how you treat your national parks? We shouldn't be allowed to microwave the fish and the animals of any national park. And the Chris is definitely blocked up to straight here. Ain't no flows going anywhere but where predicted. Right, see, it's a little heavier square inside the microwaves there than here or here. Got plasma's a bit different. But boy, they plasmoided your ass down here. What a bunch of spasmoids plasmoiding your sky. You can't say that. I fucking did. As long as you don't point at somebody that has a disability and call them that. We have language. Context is everything. And the context of these chem bombs is not to stop a drought or to stop the super floods. It's to cause rains in predictable ways. And the rains of which I complain are not always caused by the planes, but definitely on your laundry leaving stains. Like old fish meat, don't it? We're all dead, mate. Where's the kid from the Road Warrior when you need him with his boomerang, that real special one? Meanwhile, over here, Wellington, the cook straight C's, well-cooked microwave, turn off the fryer, the people are done. Bzzz, boom, over Nelson. These are chem bomb plumes, right here. See this center point? The streamers coming off from them. Criss there, boom, 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 boom. Here you got dot, boom, 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 boom. Making one cloud square, boom, 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 boom. Predictable firework deployment. I don't know what the hell that is. I'm just going to say there's a little something that interfered with the chip. Or something went by really fast. That's all I can say. I think it's a glitch in the chip that takes the picture. Look at that. You got a freaking swastika almost right in your skies here over you. High. It's 420. Got the big high in the sky. For them. And as we caress over into the main country of New Zealand, it ain't looking no better. You weren't allowed to have no sunshine. Our only sun that shines is only shining on the top of the chemical bombs. It's only being used to make catalysts into what they're supposed to be. Sulfuric fluid, various oxided things. I'm allowed to say that because they oxidize in the atmosphere. The atmosphere. It is. It smells like ass outside. In the atmosphere. As I go across this, not much better out here. And fishermen, how you feeling out here? You got a big nasty plume on the low deck that's a different color than the plume on the high deck. How many layers of chem have they got to deploy to block the sun? How much shit's gonna fall out? What's happening between those layers of cake of various chemicals? It could be like a battery. The lightning we're seeing, it sometimes makes me think it is. And I definitely know enough about science to know that a rudimentary dynamo is caused when wires cross flows. And chemtrails act like a wire. The principle is known as DUCTING, ducting. The ducting, it makes a duct. Duck, goose in your asses. Look at the streamers here. This is not just microwaves. Something's been deployed all over the entire ocean. This is very, very bad. This is sickness mix. If we're being killed, people, it's right here before your eyes, and I'm warning you about it. This is so hard to see. Here's your totals. Look what they're doing to your coast road here in the 30th on a Sunday. You're supposed to be traveling home. And you're just going to be breathing the mist of whatever's in that rain that's bouncing off the road into your cars, into your nostrils, straight into your lungs, straight into your mucosal barriers. We're really got to make this stop, and I don't care how. I really don't. I don't care if it's acts of fucking violence, knocking down every goddamn next red that moves storms. I don't care anymore. Everybody that works with petrochemical metal things needs to stop working. This stuff is coming from somewhere. It's being sold, it's being delivered into people that have no morals, or possibly don't even know what's being done. Load the drone, it's got a mission. The drone's controlled by the computer. Computer BlackRock owned all property in the world. The computer is killing us. As a basic flowchart of logic. And it's very illogical that people allow a machine to kill them, or that people would even make a machine or fund a machine that would kill all life on this planet, or make a device that could blow up a world. If you're a scientist, you got that in your head, you just want to be famous and greedy and have an accolade. What the fuck is wrong with you? As I'm looking at some planned inundations here of the Wakatani region. They ain't done with you. See, they got a second event coming, another event. Nothing, something. That's all I'm telling you about this other one that's coming. They don't even know where the hell it's going. And they won't know until the last beam shoots up from Blenheim and guides it right to fuck where they want, because they're killing us and they're seizing your land, and they'll use any heartstring they can pull to take it. The indigenous rights is next, and then your elders will sell you out. Or trust a government. Like that. Let's just ask the Trail of Tears if the lesson was ever learned. We're all going to have wounded knees before this is all done. Take love. Peace.